Okay, this next knot is the Spangler knot. It has several characteristics that are desirable. One is that it has, it's arguably among, if not the smallest of all the knots that are strong. It has two loops around the eye of the hook or the ring. That's desirable. And one of the things that I like about it is that I can tie it freehand, although when I go to cinch it down, I have to attach the hook to something to pull on. Uh, but it's a very, very small knot, and that's one of its best characteristics, with two loops around the eye or the ring. Okay.
And you would tend to use the 5-turn San Diego knot for the loop with the fluorocarbon, but this knot, the Spangler knot, for a ringed hook.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're going to take your hook and you're going to go from the right side of the hook or the ring to the left side, and then you're going to stay behind the main line and go through from right to left a second time, staying on the back side of this loop. I would leave probably 4 or 5 inches, and then I'm going to pull it tight to make a fairly small ring. I'm staying behind on the back side. I'm going to come from the back to the front and go through that loop that I made, and while pinching both lines, I'm going to make the second loop, pulling the tag end, be as small as the first loop and try to keep it behind the first loop. I'm going to come around and through a third time and pull it, and then I'm going to it should look like what I call the Olympic ring symbol, and then I'm going to pull it tight. I'm going to cinch it up like that, and you can see the two loops are staying parallel. They're not crisscrossing each other. Then I'm going to have to...
And you want to be careful they don't crisscross each other. For what reason?
Well, it will cut. If they crisscross each other, they will cut the knot and make it much less strong.
The one acts like a knife.
Yeah. So I'm pulling the tag end to the side. I would have lubricated this if I wasn't doing the video with saliva, and then pull it. I'm pulling the main line firmly and pulling the tag end. This knot will come loose. It will unravel if you don't cinch this tag end tightly, if you don't pull it tightly. But you can see when it's all done, it is a very small knot. And you've got two parallel loops around the ring or the eye of the hook. So, and also when I cut this, I would leave just a slightly longer tag end after I cut it. I wouldn't cut it super close to the knot because it can slip under pressure. So I would leave maybe more than 1/8 of an inch, more like 3/16 of an inch tag end like that. But it's a very small knot, and it has two loops on the ring or the eye.
So you've shown us two applications, Chris, for tying your fluorocarbon to the hook, or I guess a jig, but let's just focus on the hook. Could you just review the pros and cons of each of those?
Yeah, the Spangler is much smaller than the single San Diego, and it has two loops around the eye. So if you're using a ringed hook, it's an excellent knot. If, on the other hand, you're not using a ringed hook and you're fly lining or sinker rigging, and you want the bait to be able to swim very freely with the hook, then this 5-turn single San Diego with the 1/8 inch loop is preferable in my mind.